Scarlett Johansson is
Shout out Scarlett Johansson.
Shout out Scarlett Johansson. But what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We're talking Super Bowl, and I got my buddy Tyler here with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Now I'm very disappointed in the Super Bowl. I wanted the Patriots to win. They didn't, but hey, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Hot take.
Yeah, so shout out to the Patriots, shout out to the Seahawks on their championship. I don't think they're gonna be good next year, but we'll see.
Got a lot of decisions to make after that win.
Yeah, that was a weird game. It was actually boring. It wasn't like the most exciting Super Bowl, to be honest. But when I watch the Super Bowl, one of the biggest things I like to watch, and we both can agree, is the Super Bowl commercial. I called Tyler. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. I want to rate the top Super Bowl commercials of this year. I feel like I didn't even see any. I feel like I seen like Kevin Hart a couple times. I can't remember which ones he was in, but I'm pretty sure he was in every one. If you do Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, yo, we got to do Super Bowl commercials. Let's do like a top 10, top 18. I mean, we pulled up 18 of this year, so maybe we'll just do 10 or 18. I don't know yet, but the top Super Bowl commercials, and hope they keep up what they were when I was younger. Like when we were younger, the Super Bowl commercials was everything. I remember it was like,
absolutely,
it was M&M's commercials, Doritos commercials, and they were like always really good.
I think some infamous ones too.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he was just talking about how Betty White was Betty White?
Yeah, it was the Snickers commercial with Betty White.
It's iconic commercials that you just remember for years.
What is your deal, man?
Oh, come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Eat Snickers.
And I feel like we're kind of like, I don't know, they're not as good anymore. I don't want to say it like that.
It was one of those things like back in the day, even people who didn't care about football, they tune in just for the commercials because it was something like to see. It was cinematic. It left an impression. It made you want to buy the product. And we were just discussing this before we even sat down to do it. It was like, not much was memorable in these past few years. It's getting hard.
It's like if I see another FanDuel commercial, if I see another anything commercial, it's just like it's like the same things. So I'm excited to see how you feel. But
absolutely, and I think people should just comment on the video and let us know. Do you guys think they're using AI to make these commercials now, or what's the reason they're dropping off?
That's actually a good commercial. Like, good question. How many of these commercials are done on set? How many is just straight green screen? You'd be surprised how many things are just straight green screen nowadays, especially commercials. They're just like banging them out now. But I'm eager to see if they're funny. I'm looking at funny. That's a Super Bowl commercial. They're always funny.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Hopefully in this list, we're not just getting like regular commercials. Like they're all creative commercials. So I'm ready to jump in.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's see what we got.
I don't even know what this commercial. It looks like it's a Pringles commercial. So the first one is going to be a Pringles commercial. It looks like. What?
You're right.
That's hold on. That's
Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina. Everything she does is like super sexual.
Yeah, that's her. That's her
like,
shtick. Yeah.
Like I'm tired of these boys. I need a man. Like this is.
She's
so
like
funny.
famous for like the openings of shows where she'll do like some kind of like sexual innuendo before the show based on where she's at, Chicago or Philly
sexual.
or whatever.
Beautiful, very beautiful. Good commercial.
Course.
I think it was okay. I'm gonna give it like maybe a 5 out of 10. It wasn't like it wasn't crazy.
On my end.
I honestly liked the tackle at the end. The tackle was pretty funny. It was like boom, done. So all right, that was a Pringles commercial. I wonder if they have another one, but we'll see. Oh, that's my guy from
The Office.
The Office ramp commercial. All right, so I'm gonna say right off the rip with that one, I was all right. Ramp. I don't even. What do they? I feel like a good question is if you didn't know what the brand is, what the heck do they do? And I don't know what they do. It looks like they do something with accounting, maybe.
Either that or it's some kind of outsourcing company where they can help you handle tasks, I would assume, to help you ramp up productivity. But I think that's like a new theme with commercials where they're trying to leave things very open-ended so that you kind of want to dig in and go and search
Figure
it. Like,
out what it was. Yeah. I don't know how on brand it was. I assume it's very on brand. We're just not familiar with the brand. But that is good, like, to know, like, if I watch a commercial, am I entertained? And I need to know, like, okay, is this a product that I need?
Right.
Like I said, I don't know exactly what they do, but I figured out. I figure it's like some type of like.
Yeah, they leave a little context clues there for you to hopefully
figure it out.
Right. Back to a classic Coca-Cola Pepsi commercial.
Pepsi. There we go. Okay. Classic polar bear. I say cinematography. It looks good. Lighting looks good. I like the dawn look. Little romance.
Now it's the play off the Coldplay. Where they caught the CEO with the cheating on his wife.
Yeah, that's funny as shit. Yeah, that was the time. That was the whole world was watching that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is like a classic spinoff where, you know, it's always been the Coca-Cola polar bear.
Yeah, and I was about to say that was very on brand. Anytime I see the polar bear, it's like instant. You know what that is, and that's why I says like, if you're gonna do a commercial, it has to. People got to know. Right. And I think we've seen that polar bear, so it don't matter what it was. We knew that was a Pepsi commercial.
So I guess the question is Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
You know, surprisingly, I don't like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. If I'm going to drink a soda, which is once in a blue moon, if that, I'm more of a Dr. Pepper or a root beer. I don't know why I like those two.
I thought you were always a ginger ale guy.
I mean, black people love ginger ale when they're sick. So
cures any sickness.
Yeah, AIDS, cancer, no matter what it is, ginger ale will cure it in the black community. All right, what we got right here? Let's go. Off the back cinematography, great. I like this.
I feel like this is an AI.
I could see this being AI.
Cash flow. So try Quick Dash Payday Loans because girl bosses need CEO money quick.
That was a boring commercial. I think I'm gonna skip past that one.
Yeah, that's the new AI software that's like trying to compete with ChatGPT and I don't know what the other one is.
It wasn't even good. Like I think AI is like a cheat code for anybody. So when you get the cheat code, if you're not upping something where like somebody, I don't know, like I didn't get to like, okay, let me go check out. Like it goes back to if I'm not willing, if it's not entertaining me enough to like go and check out the brand, if I don't know about the brand, I think it's like a huge, I don't know, downhill. I'll give that like a 2 out of 10 for me personally.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad. I didn't really find it funny or anything interesting really from it. So
it actually got a little boring because it was like talking and it was like she was going off. I guess it was supposed to be funny, like she's ad. I don't know, but
well, I mean, like our earlier question, like, do you think that was just AI made and generated because it is an AI company as well? Or?
I can see that her being AI made. If she is, that was like one of the cleanest AIs because it doesn't look muddy.
Yeah.
You know, AI still looks a little muddy. Obviously, they're probably mixing that with maybe a real person.
Right, some kind of realistic.
Took some pictures of somebody and made it look more realistic. But, the commercial wasn't the best. We got Ritz commercial. And we're starting off with an island. And I think we've all had enough of islands. What?
And files.
I digress. Yeah, and files. Islands and files don't go together.
No.
That's my lady.
Everyone, even the saltiest.
Well, the Ritz is catering to everyone with that commercial. I like seeing Scarlett Johansson. Anytime I see Scarlett Johansson, it's a good day. So, shout out to Scarlett Johansson. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10 for Scarlett Johansson. I love Scarlett. Scarlett, I love you. Hopefully, I'll be able to direct you one day. I don't know. It's possible. You never know where this world's going to take you. All right, what we got next? I don't even know what this is. Let's see. Uh-oh, here we go. Budgeting. Oh.
I'm on lunch. I gotta make a call. Right back. Just built an inventory tracker. Trash duties schedule.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of liking the cinematography from the channels. I mean, from the commercials. The one thing they're doing with the cinematography, the way it look movie cinematic. That commercial was okay. I've seen Base 44 commercials. That was pretty clever. Like I said, I'm already going to give you more if there's no AI in it. Like, please I don't like the AI. I think there's enough people that need to work. There's enough creative people that you don't have to rely on. Let me type in something I want to see instead of just hiring a person. But yeah, Base 44.
What was your rating for that one?
I'm gonna rate Base 44. I'm gonna give them a 7. I'll give them a 6.5, 7.
6, 7. I just bit right on the highway.
Like I said, it looked good. It felt good. I watched it. I feel like the more talking for me, I lose interest in it. So I think it's like with more music and more fast pace for commercials for the Super Bowl, I think it's better because we're in the Super Bowl. Like, you remember when you're watching the Super Bowl, you're like excited. Your team could be winning. So you want to see something that makes you remind you, like, this is a big event. So if they're not bright, if they're not loud, if it's not music going on, if I don't see any stars, if it's not funny, it's like, it's not good for the Super Bowl. Some of these commercials look like they'll be great just to have as a commercial. Yeah. So they're good for that. But remember, if we're talking a Super Bowl night, this is like one of the biggest nights in America where everybody watched, they're glued to TV. Yeah. You got about 30 seconds.
It's one of the most televised events of
America. So you got to be able to, you got to be able to pull the audience in. So
from a director's perspective, I know you said like it looks good like cinematically. What do you look at when you're watching a commercial to say that's a good commercial or that draws my eye to it? It makes me want to like stage something with that kind of lighting. Like, is there any specific rhyme that you or like?
I think it depends with pushing the brand. So like for me as a director, I think, I mean, not just because of, obviously people might think because it's money, but working with a Dorito or a Geico commercial, you know what they've done. So for me as a director, I would want to work with them because now it forces me to be different. When you're working with brands that are new, like Base 44 and Ramp, those new companies that we haven't seen for 20 years, a lot of times you're just giving them what's been seen. So with Dorito, you're forced to come up with something that you haven't seen from Dorito. So from a director standpoint, if I'm getting a chance to direct a commercial, especially the Super Bowl, I do want to go to not the best actors, but the youngest actors that are coming up, like a Timothée Chalamet.
Someone with some notoriety.
Yeah, like it's so many young actors that I want to bring them in and utilize what's going on today to tell the commercials and make it entertaining. I'm seeing a lot of people I've seen already so far. Like Scarlett Johansson, she's been around for years. So.
And then I think on the flip side of that is like you're talking about brands that have recognition and are known for good commercials.
Right.
So that's kind of like up in the standard for you.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, what do you think about being like the first person to put out a commercial for a new brand? Like, does that give you some kind of excitement for?
Well, yeah. I think with new brands, I feel like it's sometimes you get those brands that are like, we just want to make a name for ourselves. And then you get some brands where like, they're scared to like take a creative direction.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, well, if the problem with a lot of people and brands are if they haven't seen it done, usually people don't do anything if they haven't seen it done. And that's why commercials like Dorito and them, they've been doing it so long where they're always going to have a good commercial because they've been doing it where they know where the stretch could be. Yeah, like they don't like Base 44 has to compete with Dorito because they're the top dog. But Dorito has nobody to compete with but itself. They have to be better than themselves last year. So that's the difference. Like, I would love to direct any commercial with any brand, but you have to be willing to take a chance. And if you're not into taking chance, then it's like, what do I bring to the project as a director? When somebody sees that, how does that reflect in my work and the things that I want to do? And how does it reflect your brand if we're not getting a set of eyes that see your brand as its own thing? So for me, having creative freedom in small commercials or big commercials is like key to anybody, unless you just want to see a bunch of DraftKings commercials of the same stuff. Then it's nothing left.
And we're in an era where a lot of things are carbon copied and repeated over and over. So to be something that you can set apart is great to the creative expression.
Yes. We're seeing the same thing over and over, and if you're not putting something new to the same stuff, then the audience are Like, bro, no one talked about commercials. We didn't even notice the commercial. You know, I used to notice commercials even if I'm in the bar. You know what I mean? It's like, it's funny. Yo, look at you seen the What You Call commercial? You know, like, you just, when the commercials come up, everybody goes back to talking, and then, because it's, you don't, it's nothing catching your eye, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And it's funny what a powerful commercial can do to make you want to buy something, and like the psychology of like, oh, I see that one every time. Let me buy that while I'm at the bar, or let me pick that drink because that's what's so popular, and the commercial is really funny. So.
Yeah. Real quick before we keep going, I remember Kanye West did a commercial. He paid all that money for a commercial. He's like, oh, I spent all the money for the commercial, so I'm just going to do this iPhone video. Right. And that was just already funny because it's like, okay, here's Kanye West always thinking outside. While everybody's going to give you the most cinematic thing, the most best actors, the best music, I'm just going to be sitting in my chair with an iPhone talking about, yeah, this is the Super Bowl commercial for our brand. Go to Yeezy.com. And it was like,
it was like, we have some shirts and shoes and hoodies.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
And that was enough to like, okay, that at least stood out. He didn't have to be super creative. It was like, I just gonna do the thing that I know no other brand is gonna do. Not Dorito, not Geico. They're gonna like this one.
Did he do another commercial this year?
I think he did it again. Yeah. Same style.
Yeah, because I mean, I see right in the corner of that clip right there, Kanye blew $8 million for another commercial. I didn't see it when I watched it, but maybe that's
smart guy.
Genius.
I think he's back with Gap. He's selling a bunch of Gap clothes again. So
wait for that to explode.
Right. Row, weight loss.
I'm feeling better on Row.
Row commercial, I like it. I mean, you're always on brand when you use an athlete. So I think they kind of probably did something more creative with the Row.
Yeah.
And I keep saying, like, as a regular commercial, yes, it's good. But when we're talking about a Super Bowl commercial, it needs to be more entertaining. So far, the Ritz commercial was entertaining.
You might be a little biased.
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson. You know, anybody's bias. But they just, you could tell they took you to a world, you know, and which is important.
Now, I think with the, like you said, with the Row Spark commercial, it was it seemed like it was just a commercial that had already been aired. Like, it didn't seem like it was let me strategically make a Super Bowl commercial for the GLP-1s, which, by the way, they're kicking Hollywood's ass right now. Everybody's using them a little too much.
Well, you know, everybody's going to have the skinny body, big head. Mm-hmm. That's the look that's going on. All right, where are we at? Rich people live longer? Okay, see, I like this commercial. So far, I like it. Okay, a lot of weight loss commercials.
So I like that one.
I think it was. I like that they went in different locations. Bunch of people. They didn't rely on a main celebrity. So what they did was you could tell they put time into like trying to draw you in. Off the facelift in the beginning was already like.
I think the storytelling of it was pretty cool because
Common, shout out to Common.
Yeah, they
did have a celebrity, Common. He's just voiceover though.
What they did, well, at least what I saw first off the bat was like, you know, they're trying to say that the rich people exclusively got the best health, and that was their secret to wealth was longevity and having the access to everything that's better. Right. And this is kind of like we're bridging the gap from. This isn't for only the wealthy. Everybody can be healthy.
Everybody can be. Yep.
So it was a good commercial. I give it like
weight loss is a big thing right now. Yeah. You said you give it 8?
I'd give it about 8.
Yeah, I can say 8. I'll go solid 8.
Yeah.
Like I said, I already like that they went from a lady getting a facelift to a rocket in the sky. They did a lot of things to entertain you for that. Even the story, it was good. Here we go. That's a Super Bowl commercial.
Boone.
Anytime Ben Stiller is playing a character, it's instantly funny.
Classic Ben Stiller.
Hey, yo. Instacart. Now, that was a good one. Instacart has the best one so far.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It was entertaining. It had Ben Stiller backflip, trying to copy his friend and fucks himself completely up. I didn't mean to curse, but yeah. That was the best commercial so far. I'm giving that 10 out of 10. Brief intermission. Expedia.com.
Book now or add later. You still save.
Thanks, voice in the sky.
The more Ken travels, the more he saves. Bundling flights, stays, and cars.
Good horsey.
He even got this rental with his rewards.
In Ken Math, it was free.
Ken, in Italy, they also drive on the right.
Oh, me scusi.
Expedia, the one place you
I
can go places.
actually like that because that's like Robot Chicken. Like, remember they
do
it was
everything
paid like
like-
that. It's
yeah.
okay. Oh, here we go. Got Jurassic Park now. Anytime we're gonna do that, we know we're playing on nostalgic. They want you to feel this commercial because they want to bring back, what Steven Spielberg brought to us. So, Jurassic Park commercial. Let's see. Who is this?
We're stunned. Fences are failing all over the park. John, look out.
This place is a ball.
Xfinity. Yeah, hold on. Wait, hold on. Go back. Was he watching like Bad Girls Club or something?
Nah, it looks like Love Island.
He was watching Love Island. Wow. It was great. I like the commercial. Yeah, so what was your favorite commercial if you had to pick?
Yeah, please drop in the comments. Let us know your favorite commercial from the Super Bowl. If we didn't review any of the ones that were your favorite, and also just let us know in the comments what is a classic commercial that you'll always remember. From the
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
Bowl
I'm
or-
eager to see that
Yeah, I'd love to
because
know.
there's a lot of classic
Yeah.
commercials that I enjoyed growing up. What was your favorite commercial out of the list we've seen?
I mean, I think the Instacart was probably the most clever. Like, it really played on, Ben Stiller's commitment to a role and how he acts. So I think that was like just a good wholesome commercial. Classic
Right.
Ben Stiller.
And I feel like he played that character in Dodgeball.
Yeah,
So it's
very
like
similar.
Ben Stiller also it's like one of those actors that like when you see he's involved in it and it's his movie, it's always funny.
Yeah. He commits to the role.
he
Whenever he's
commits to
he's like a
the
Will Ferrell.
role.
When they commit to a role, it's like they're fully
Him,
in.
I would say him. Like, I'm a huge. When it comes to comedy, I like Adam Sandler movies. But individually, Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller, and who you just say,
Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Them by themselves are very funny.
Yep.
Like,
Just natural.
each one of them have classic comedy movies. Adam Sandler has that too, but them two individually in every movie, they're like funny. Like I watch every Ben Stiller movie coming up, same as Jim Carrey and Will Ferrell. But yeah, those guys, man. Anytime I see any of those comedy movies, they all have classic movies.
Yeah, they're all rewatchable too. It's not
Yeah.
like a comedy movie that you get where it's like, that was a one and done. But
Yeah,
you
they
can
don't-
go back and watch those and you get that same feeling every time.
They
like,
don't get enough credit,
really
man.
Outdid themselves for this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, no, they definitely did. Yeah, I like the commercials. They were all right, not as entertaining as I thought they would have been. Like I said, my favorite was the Instacart too. It was another one that I liked.
Or was it Ritz?
Well, Scarlett Johansson is
Shout out Scarlett Johansson.
Shout out Scarlett Johansson. But yeah, I think I like that. I like the Ben Stiller one. That was a great one. It was another one though. Let me try to see if I can find this
I
other
only
one.
got the list.
Yeah, maybe I'll look.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park one with Xfinity. I'm gonna give them the number one for me.
Okay.
I just think that was a good one. Those two were really good. I think if we're just talking about like quick to the point, funny, Ben Stiller one was way funnier.
Right.
But I like this because I felt entertained by it. I felt the nostalgia from it. I feel like a kid watching it, which means it was fun.
Right.
'Cause, more things were more fun when you were a kid. You just didn't understand it. You enjoyed it. But yeah, so for me, I like the Xfinity commercial. That was my favorite out of this list. I'm pretty sure it was more than 18
Yeah, absolutely.
commercials, probably 18,000 commercials, because some of them are just quick.
Quick, very quick.
Some
yeah.
people only pay for like a 10-second spot. It might come on really quick and go out. Because I didn't see any insurance commercials. I didn't see any betting commercials. on this list. I didn't see any Doritos commercials. We seen one commercial with Pepsi. That was like a classic one because Pepsi's been around. But the rest of them seem like there's all new companies.
Yeah.
Base 44, things like that.
Like I said, I think they're really just leaning into AI. I mean, it's the number one trending thing right now. Everyone's learning how they can use it in different ways of their lives. So there's a lot of different companies coming out that are trying to display what they do best. So
yeah. I mean, if that's the direction we're going in, it is what it is. I mean, you got to think about it. Like, as we go into the future, there are going to be new things that you don't like.
Right.
I'm not a huge fan of AI. I think AI can be used for certain things.
Yeah,
AI comes in, for me personally, is like accounting and trying to like organize your life maybe. Right. I think that's where it helps the most for me.
Organization of data.
Yeah, but creatively, we've seen with, quote unquote AI or what is it called? When they were selling the art on the computers. Remember everybody was buying a little what were they called?
NFTs.
NFTs.
Yeah. Wow, that was
you see where that was a bust.
Yeah.
People were spending millions of dollars on digital art.
Yep.
You realize that art is expensive because it's tangible and you can touch it. And if I have it, no one else has it.
Right.
If you buy a digital art piece on Instagram, I can screenshot it and I can say it's mine. Like what was the whole thing about that is like that's crazy how they got people to think that was worth millions of dollars.
I mean, when it first came out, there was definitely some kind of allure to it as anything that's new that comes into the market, but
right.
The people like Gary Vee and the people higher up were trying to find more uses for it to make it more exclusive rather than just a digital picture. I know there were some people who, possessing one got you invitations to certain events and clubs and it, opened networking opportunities. So I also know some people who made some big money on it on its initial launch, and some of that stuff wound up tanking. But it's like anything new; it takes time for it to grow some legs and be able to run.
Yeah, nah, I'm not seeing anything that's I don't know. I like AI. I like everything it brings. I just don't think it's for me.
So, just a question for the director.
Yes.
What is? I know you mentioned Dorito and some of the big brands that have shot amazing commercials. Are there any specific brands that just resonate with you that you're like, I'm a believer of this brand. I would love to have some creative direction and produce something for them.
For me, I think I would love to work with maybe a Ford commercial. I like Ford trucks, but I really like Nike commercial.
I could see you doing a Vans commercial.
Yeah, Vans is cool. I like Vans. I think it's a classic sneaker. That's a good question. That's a good question. I mean, I don't think I look at doing commercial work when I think of filmmaking. I always think of just movies and shit. Like I even think of short films because it's a huge world market with short films. Let me cut this. She keep ringing. I even think of short films, but I'm not really I don't ever really think of commercials. I think you're limited with commercials, so it's like I don't know.
Such a small amount of time to tell a story and draw people's attention.
I think it has to be a brand that I really like. Like I really believe in Ford. I really believe in Nike. Yeah, I like those brands. And those are brands that I get.
Yeah, you resonate with.
Yeah, like I love Nike. I love trucks. So it's like it just works out that way. I wish there were like a filmmaking brand that I could be a part of. Like one of the things I want to do is I want to, well, I don't want to say here, but I want to do more in the filmmaking industry where it's a brand that we rely on, not just companies like Apple for computers or, DJI for drones. It's like I have an idea for a directing brand that I think will be cool. So, but is there commercials I would love to direct? Yes. There's a lot of commercials I would love to direct and be a part of, like a Dorito commercial. But two brands I really resonate with is Ford and Nike. So
okay.
That's for me.
Shout out Ford, shout out Nike. Hopefully we can do some business in the future.
Yes.
Please reach out.
Honestly, I would love to do a Ford commercial, but before I do a Ford commercial, just out of respect for one of the go-to YouTube, Peter McKinnon, he has to do one because that guy has been trying to do a Ford commercial for the longest. He's talked about being in talks with Ford before and basically not coming up with the best idea for both of them. Hope to one day see him do a Ford commercial because I know he's been trying to do a Ford commercial for the longest. So I think that would be interesting to see because he's been going hard for Ford, so I can't lie. But I would love to see what he would do if he had a chance to direct a Ford commercial. It's Peter. I think he could do it if he wanted to.
You always wonder what doesn't get those deals closed. Is it like he wants to stick true to his creative expression and what he wants to do, and they're like, well, we have an idea.
I hear that. I can hear that being a thing.
So maybe that's what's stopping it from getting done. But I think in the age we live today, like streamers and commercials and streamers repping brands, I think it's time. If anybody knows Peter McKinnon's work, it's
absolutely. If you're here, you know Peter.
It's top tier.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for today. But I want to thank you guys for watching the episode. Make sure you tune into the other stuff I've been dropping. We have more stuff coming out. Like I told you guys, I got a doc coming out, so hopefully that comes out in the next couple weeks, month, whatever. I got a short film that's coming out that I'm working on. Be on the lookout for all that stuff. And thank you, Tyler, for coming through, and hopefully we're able to do another one of these with something else in the future. But yeah, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell button, and I can't wait to see all of you guys on the next episode, whenever they may be.
And we're really looking forward to know your favorite commercials, so please feel free.
Yes.
We respond.
Let me know your favorite commercial brand, who puts out the best work, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.